Hey, it's me, Brian, with TeachSelfAwareness.com. In this video, I'm going to share with you a bunch of reasons why it's a great idea to decide that you are consciousness, that you are an awareness in the world. Let's get started. So, what am I talking about? I am talking about deciding that we are not ourself. No, that we are a consciousness, a spirit, really an observer or an awareness. This fourth component of our makeup, right? We have a physical body, a mental body, an emotional body, and, can't deny it anymore, an observational body, an awareness, a consciousness, a spirit. This non-material part of our makeup can become our primary identity. You can choose from here on out in your personal life that you are 51% this thing. Who are you gonna be? Now, it's important to figure out who you are and what defines you, right? Are we defined by the things we have, our material things, the house, the car, how much money is in the bank account? Does that define who we are? I don't think so, no. Are we a better person? Are we better than other people because we have accumulated more material wealth? Absolutely not. No. This type of thinking, even just thinking about who we are based on the material world, is a trap. It's a dead end. Just not even worth going down it. Not worth going down it at all. Because look, what? We're always going to either have a little bit more or a little bit less or a lot more or a lot less than another person. And if we're going to compare each other like that, we're going to create a lot of separation, a lot of differences that aren't really celebrating all of us. These are the types of differences that create division and hierarchy and a war, really. A war of classes, a war of peoples, a war of everything. So we're going to just not use that to define who we are. We need other ways. I want to encourage you to consider defining yourself, defining who you are based on something that we all have in common. We all have in common. And what would that be? Awareness, consciousness, right? Spirit, consciousness. And really what I'm talking about, to make it very super simple and very accessible, I'm just talking about that non-material part of our makeup, that fourth dimension or fourth component to who we are. We are a physical, a mental, an emotional, and an observational being. So right away, boom, you are going to know that you do not have the limitation of your physical body. You're going to have an unlimited place to play around in your consciousness, your awareness, right? Because consciousness does not have arms and legs. It has anything is possible imagination, which means you can explore everything. When worries and fears come, you can just cast them right off, right? You can just say, okay, worry and fear, you are part of my personal life, part of the personal self, part of duality. You'll never last anyway. The worries and fears, they won't last. Everything changes in our personal life. So we can be up here and look down at them and be like, what do you got? Okay, worry, okay, fear. What are you even thinking you could possibly do in my life? Because you need my vote, you need my conscious vote to even embody, So, it's another benefit from deciding to be consciousness or awareness. You're going to be able to tell the negative thoughts or the worries, bye-bye, right? Give me another reason, Brian, they ask. What's another reason why it's awesome to choose consciousness or awareness as your primary identity? How about high voltage energy, right? High voltage energy at your fingertips anytime you want. What am I talking about? Talking about in consciousness, you can decide to view things in the world in new ways. You can see a bird, and instead of just seeing it as a bird, you can imagine that you're the bird and that you're flying, and you can feel what it's like to dart and duck and swoop and glide, right? And all that energy, that high voltage energy, is going to get pumped right into your personal physical body, into your memory, into your emotional being, and you unlock a floodgates of new power, healthy power that can just shake out all of the crap that you might have stored up in your body. This is not to be missed, right? How am I going to be someone that can live on my consciousness like this? Well, you just have to know the secret doorway, and it's so simple, and there's a lot of doors to it. But the one I'm talking about is mindful, conscious breathing, right? Mindful, conscious breathing. Mindful, conscious breathing. Mindful, conscious breathing. Why do I say it? Because it's so simple. You put your mind on your breathing and you be very conscious of it. What? I'm breathing. Oh my God, I'm holding my breath. Oh my God, I feel that release. Oh, what? I'm getting high off my breathing. How can that be? What's another benefit of choosing to be consciousness, choosing to be awareness? Well, right away, you can see that you're equal to everybody else, right? So it doesn't matter what the material things are in our world. Right away, it removes all those barriers of people against people, countries against countries, groups against groups, beliefs against beliefs. All of it goes away. All of a sudden, now we are the same thing, one thing, consciousness, living inside of human beings, right? An awareness, a knower, a watcher, a looker, an observer. What if we choose that as our identity? Look at how many problems it would solve for us, for you, in your individual life. All of a sudden, whether your life goes up or down, left or right? Whether you're happy or sad or mad or glad, whatever emotional thing happens, whatever your material things are, get a new car, get a dent in the car, right? Right? Get the dent fixed, get scratched again, right? Don't have a car, right? Taking the bus. Doesn't matter. None of this matters to consciousness. Consciousness would be like, wow, look at that dent. It's all scratched in such a way. Wow, you know what? That dent looks like a sign of something I was working on the other day. It looks like a little bird, doesn't it? That dent, the shape of it. You know what? I was just talking with somebody about birds and how birds have these wings, and the wings are just representative of freedom and how free I am as a consciousness. Wow. Hey, little dent. I don't mind that you're there. I don't care. Why? Because I am free up here in consciousness. And what can I do there? Anything that I imagine, right? Anything. So many benefits of just being aware that you are an awareness, right? And it's not like you just sit up there in consciousness and don't do anything all day long. No. It's actually quite the opposite. We are fully present, mesmerizingly trance-like engaged in the surreality of all of this fascinating world of details. And we can just pull all the emotional, all that feeling from the tiniest little experience, right? I was running this morning on my training for a marathon. What? How do I even have the energy to do that? I'll tell you, through consciousness, through 5D energy, through just a download of pure energy that is constantly available. I just tap right into with my imagination. So I'm running and I look up at a street lamp, right? And here's this street lamp that it's just like shaped like two lights come off of it. And you know what? It looks to me like a pair of wings with two lights on top of them, right? So I see this thing, this symbol in the world, and instantly I apply my imagination to it. I imagine that it is a set of wings with energy flowing through it, with lights flowing through it, and that I am wearing it on my back, right? What happened? I'll tell you what happened. A burst of energy, all of a sudden, a vibration all through my body. For the next mile, I floated. I was gliding. I glided on my run. I was not running. I was flying. How? How can that be? Right? So it sounds crazy, but think about what I'm saying. I'm talking about when we decide, when we make the decision to define our identity as awareness or consciousness, then we start using our imagination as our arms and legs, and we use that skill and apply it to the material world. So now we can start to feel and do things that would have been impossible before, right? Because in our imagination, anything is possible, anything at all. And where we are heading, we are going to need to use our consciousness, use our imagination, and be able to superimpose that on our reality so that we can interact in a renewed way, a renewing of the mind, not stuck in our past, not stuck in our limited ideas, not scared, worried, afraid that the past is going to repeat itself over and over and over and over again. No, we're going to move forward with a renewing of the mind, open our heart fully, experience energy beyond belief. So, anyhow, that's the video for today. Enjoy your life. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the power and the freedom and the wellness and the anything is possible that comes by deciding to notice that you are a consciousness, an awareness, a spirit.